Hello everyone, welcome. Привет, Focus VIP. I will continue doing the level design for this area that I was doing today. Sorry that was only 1 hour because I didn't have much time this morning. I had a call and then I was just coming back late. So I will continue. I will have 2 hours, but it could be even longer if it is going well. So what I have been doing is just finishing this house already. So the house was done yesterday, and even missing a few details inside what I will do out of the camera is just boring. Oh, Odiger, gracias por el follow. Bienvenida. And I will just continue with this area. The only thing that I'm missing here is the chapel that I didn't model yet. I didn't want to be modeling again for 2 or 3 days, so I will just your zombie. Yoo-hoo! Welcome. I don't want to model again for 2 or 3 days. I will be resting a bit modeling, and we will do just level design for this area. So I will just also continuing the fence all around. So as you see, everything has been finished here. And I was just adding a few trees this morning. So I will continue with this area. Just painting the terrain, adding grass, and maybe a lot of props all around. Si es la primera vez que vienes y tienes cualquier pregunta o quieres ver algo del proyecto, me lo dices o me lo comentas si te interesa algo más sobre, no sé, diseño de niveles, Unreal, código, blueprint, no sé, iluminación, lo que te interese o quieras ver. Si ya te digo, si no has estado aquí antes, me lo preguntas y sin problema. Yo por defecto hago los streaming en inglés, si nadie pregunta nada, lo hago en inglés para que lo entienda todo el mundo, pero si tienes que preguntar y no entiendes, pues yo te respondo en español sin problema. So one thing I've seen is I was painting today and I should just paint like a kind of trails or more tracks for this area. And then I will add grass all around for this, just covering the fence. Music, forgot about music. Oops. So should be something like paths or trails there going there. And some dirt. I think this is the way to the main door. I don't remember if this is the main door or this is the storage space that we have been doing. Let me see. Yeah, this is the main door. So yeah, should be just kind of dirt here. And also we have this path or way to also the straight here. Mod wet. I think we can have it because I was adding this toilet here. I'm not sure. It's a bit far from this area, so in case that you are walking here, it could be a bit far. And also supposed to be that there is no toilet at home, should be something very closer. So I think the one that can be very close to the door is this area. So I will add some here. Buildings for but we need to leave also some space so we can walk also here. Minus 120. Let me check this. So here is passing, so that's fine. What about this? And all around. And when I'm opening the door, I hope that this is not enough. So probably I need to, because it's just a blueprint, so I can just configure the degrees that I'm just opening. So I will do like more degrees, or in case I'm opening on the opposite side, I will have a same problem. So let's add more degrees. So we'll be opening. I hope that this time, because I don't want to have some places where the place just being blocked. So okay, so even being open the door, you have still space. Ja niin sais kokarras se sillä leta poms. Ties sal eta narimais y el se va cruz diela. Pasti casi din diela yo. No casi din disco kokarras casi din. Хорошо что тут tu je to bil. Tu je ti bil eta или нет. Tu je da. Ja ran se sus diela leta grupa vertex. I tom liekti eta select grupa vertex, no? Tu nada te assign select i tätä new domna. Думаю, давай трава. Так. Раз. Current level. Może pamiętam. Ups. Może być слишком много. Я не знаю. Нормально. Я-то пока точно не знаю, сколько места мне надо, поэтому не трогаю ничего. Если нет, а потом мне надо это удалить. Слишком много. Да. Normal now. All this area I don't know yet what to put here. I mean the chapel, I don't know how big it is, so at the moment I'm not really filling this area, just in case I need to delete later. What I need to do is paint a bit of the terrain. Painting also, let's say. Okay. Mood. And then dirt. Mod wet. Also. Landscape textures. Really hard to paint on the streaming. Let's walk, see how it's going. Let's check about the grass. Inside. Okay. And we should add some props here. It's completely empty. Or for example here, this area. And also wood. Here maybe it's too much. The grass, I should just a little bit of the grass here. This is too much. I think even like here. Okay, that's better. Okay, finally. I was thinking to add here something like this, just small stick all around. I was thinking to add here also to this door, so create something here exactly the same. Maybe should be just bigger. I mean, this is maybe 2 meters and should be like a 3 meters maybe, because it seems to me that the door is too simple. I mean, for this kind of buildings here, this small door should be having something nicer like this. So I think this is really easy to do. And the size of this is, how can I check this one? I'm not sure. How can I check the size of this? What is this? This is another one. I just want to check how big it is. I mean like 6 meters or something like that, but there's no info. Or maybe front. If this one is 1 meter, should be like 2, 3, 4 meters. I'm not sure. Yes. If I'm taking this. I would like just to take this. Not possible. Okay. This is 1 meter, so this is 4 meters. So I could just create a bit bigger than 4 meters. And should be enough. Hey, what's this? Welcome. Delete. I just want to create something fast here, like small sticks for this door, almost the same like this. So like small structure here to use in this door, because it seems to me that the gate is so simple compared with this area. And I think that something to do is, for example, this one, which is really easy, and it takes just 5 minutes to create something like that. So the first thing is cylinder, and I will create something like 16, and needs to be 0.05, I think. And this one should be at least 3 meters. I don't know, we need to check now about this size. So before I duplicate, I will just select, let me create this. Okay, now I don't know which one. This, because I'm planning to duplicate this, and it's better to create one and then duplicate a few times. Mark sim. Yeah, it's fine. So we can duplicate this. Let me also take this. It's easier. Duplicate and gx 4 meters, we say, and then gx -2, more or less. This is the one that we are just doing. Also, I will need to make face smooth, but using here, what's this one, the auto smooth for example 60, so that'll be fine. And I will do also a few cuts here, so we have something nicer. Let's save this as Manor gate. Let's say gate sticks, or I don't know, gate frame, and then export. I will just check the size for this initially. The first thing that I want to check. Gate frame. So what about the size? Seems matching, or I could just create it bigger. For some reason this one needs to be 0. I think that's matching. I will just play to see if this is messing with the door, with the gate when it's rotating. So that's rotating in this direction. Have created here a proxy for that by default. Okay, from this point seems fine. I will just move a bit here and then play. Will be the door opening on the opposite side, and we see what is happening with this stick. Since not messing a lot, that's fine. Just should be a bit bigger, I think, to look nicer. That's fine. That's fine. It's just not too much. Because should be something bigger. Let's create something bigger. And then scale on X. Oops. I think it's better to have half of them only. 1 where the GX 0.1 and also this one. Should be better. Also I see that maybe is too thick. Should be a bit bigger, stronger. So I will just increase scale, not theta. Scale, not theta. Let's say 2 times bigger. Control E, scale theta. Scale, not theta. 2 times bigger. Should be better. Wait. Yes. I think this one will be working a bit better. I will add a few loops, not to have completely straightforward sticks, but yeah, something like that should be better. Of course, I need to move a bit, and even I could create something even bigger for that. Yes, let's move a bit more. GX 0.1, Control E, GX minus 0.1. And about the height, I have 3 meters, but not sure if this one is enough. Try import here. Oops. And 3 meters is really not a lot. Yeah, for the player is fine, but thinking, for example, with a card or things like that, maybe 3 meters is not a lot. I will create 3.5. So faces, this one, and then move on theta 0.5. Okay, and the idea now is just create like a 3 loops here. Oops. And then also 3 loops here. Just duplicate this one. Rotate E 90. On X will be 0. And oops, height will be 3.4. And of course on X need to be longer, then something like that, like this. GE matching like this. Of course I will just move those loops. Unwrapping. Yeah, I need to rotate, fine. Export. And re-import. Yeah, I think it's fine. It's big enough for the store. Well, I need to adjust better because this is not enough. So something like that, and then rotate it. This is, we are rotating too much. What is the rotation of this one? 0. And this is also 0. Okay. I think that's okay. So let's add textures to this. Oops, I forgot the material here. So this new material here will be good, and it's already time to be. That's my. I just want this loop. Yeah, it will be hard to select this. So I will do kind of scale and then moving something. And this again scale. And then for example moving in this direction, a bit on the top. And this one also. And we can even select this and move a bit. Same for that. A little bit more because I don't want to move the base and then it's not matching with the door, with the gate that we have. So let's do something like that, and then this is for example this one, and this one will be also the size for that. And just finally this one a bit bigger, moving, and also scale. And the last thing that we need to do is this scale also, for example, and then move down. So we don't have strictly just forward here, unwrapping, and we need to rotate, just matching with them. With the texture for good in part. Rainbow here. And assign material now. It is just wood 1, I don't know, 4. Looks okay. I could even use this another one here for. Let me see which one is better in the level. Or using this, I think I will use the same as I have with the gate. So this is the one for gate. Yeah, looks better. Hey Andre, welcome back. How's it going? Long time ago, didn't see you. Really long time ago. I was watching the last time that I was watching your video. I couldn't be on the stream in the last time. Well, you did another video also on YouTube, but I mean, talking about the streaming that you did, I couldn't be there. But I would like to tell you that I don't know if you have changed the microphone, but it's a bit better than before. I don't know. It's true that I cannot hear, for example, the planes all the time, all around. But the microphone is maybe, I don't know, closer or not working so well. I don't know. But for me, the microphone is worse this time than it was. Yes. Well, if you want to know that, I didn't tell you. I'm creating a new completely area for the manor house, and this is the part that I have been doing. I've been working on this house for maybe 3 days, because as like all the houses, of course, you can just go inside and you have just stairs, rooms and things like that. So yeah, corridor here and a few things like that, and like a porch. So yeah, it was taking a bit of time creating all of them with all the proxies and things like that. So now what I'm doing is a bit of level design on this area, just adding props, painting, grass, things like that. I'm still missing here the small chapel that I'm planning to do, but the thing is I don't want to model again for a few days. Okay, so you changed to the microphone, which was worse than the webcam. That's why I cannot hear maybe the sounds around. But yeah, I think the webcam was working better. Even you can hear, as I say, the planes. But no, this is the manor house. So because this is the town here, it's just in front. I mean, it's just here. Mine is also not good, but the webcam I think is even worse because I have the laptop and you can hear the laptop all the time, and especially when I'm just you know, my computer is just going like this. It's just the fan is noisy all the time. So the thing is, you have here the church here, the few houses that you have seen, and then this is the manor house, or the place for the Lord. So that's why they have completely closed, and the building is a bit bigger. And for example, you have here stables for horses and things like that you don't have in the town. I was just also reusing, for example, this, or this is a small storage place here. This is also storage that you have, and a big one for the farms. So you have few things here, and the only thing that I'm missing is the chapel, small chapel here. But I say that I don't want to model again for 2 or 3 days, because the main idea was initially, as I told you, that having small towns and just using kind of teleports between towns, just to load only the towns that I have been doing. So I was just working on all the levels that I have here, levels for every single thing. So I was just putting like one level for, or a few levels for each town, and then loading and loading when you are kind of teleporting. But I was just testing with a lot of vegetation and trees, things like being in the forest, kind of open world forest, and was working well. So I was working a lot also again in the grass and all the flowers to improve the performance. So it was working well, and I was thinking a new plan, instead of just teleporting between towns, I will create a big map. Of course, I'm loading and unloading some sections, for example, using this kind of hills or things like that, so you cannot see both towns at the same time, and just using like a trigger box in the middle, you can just crossing and then loading one or another one. But anyway, it's like connecting everything like a big map, so you can go walking from town to town. But I'm planning to do kind of realistic, but maybe like 500 meters or even less from town to town, so you can really walk all the map all together, all the towns together. So for that, what I'm doing is I was creating here some trails that is just going to the hill, for example, here. Oops. And I was just opening this area because the boundaries that I have, I was just using this one, but I was just expanding the map a bit just for testing for the boundaries that I have in the past. So I was just creating like a few trails and paths, and also a new area here with another house, and also NPCs, creating a few things more here, and yeah, a few trails just to ride them. And I will change the time of the day. I don't know why I have this. Okay, so you have here access to those trails from both sides, and I was just expanding all the map in this area, which is at the moment of course completely empty, as you see. And far here you can see the manor house, so this is one of the paths, and I will create another path here because I'm missing a few things. The only one that I'm missing is all the manor house and all the areas, all the buildings that I have here, and then pasture on this area will be, and then a bit far will be communal farms or communal areas for that. Small forest here with some resource, and then connecting kind of this path going here to another one, and then creating another section of the map here, extending this area. That is already this is the end of the map. So creating here bigger map, and this is the way continuing with this path. This way going to another town here, which is completely empty now because I don't have this map. But well, creating like another town not far, or even less, like 200 meters, things like that. But just giving the option to walk around the world map. So that's why I was adding or creating more things in the same map and not just creating a new one. Yeah, that's working fine. I was also creating, as I said, another kind of small map with a lot of grass, and this is working quite well. Well, it's working well for me around 30 frames, but yeah, a few people was just testing this one and they were reporting really a lot, like 150 frames, 108, using 980. They are reporting like 200 frames, so I have some margin to improve or just add a few things. But anyway, because of the full distance, for example, doesn't matter how big it is or how much grass do I have, because it's not everything being painted at the same time. So even like this, which is a big one, or for example this area, is working fine for me. So the performance is more or less almost the same. Like some areas I have maybe 30 or maybe 24, 25, which is big open area. Well, I don't have here, for example, the trees, but also the trees are helping because some of them are doing like a full distance for them. But even the grass is going well, so a lot of big areas. And I have another like testing map, testing area only with grass, flowers and trees, and a lot of them, and this is working well. So that's why I was thinking to change to kind of not open world, because it will be not so big, but I mean walking from one town to another, because it's just working fine. The performance is fine, perfect. And even adding, for example, houses or trees, it's just hiding the rest of the geometry, so you won't have any problem with that. So this is the one that I have been doing. I was doing things like that, for example, for free, because I have also here religion and hungry, so you can eat from your inventory, and then the Tyrant was there long time ago. Yeah, so I was adding a few things like that, and this is the idea, to create new parts in the map. So what I'm trying to do is just finishing this small area here, so this manor house, just adding a few props, painting on the terrain, putting some flowers, things like that, nothing really important. Create this one in the future, and then continue with this area, which is just open area, creating here a path and maybe a new vegetation for, I don't know, having corns or things like that on this area at the moment. Yeah, so continuing with the open area, and the only one that I'm still missing is the blacksmith, but I'm not sure if I will add in this town. I will have, of course, in the game, because it's something important for the crafting, but maybe I will have in another town, so you need to travel to another place just to have the option to craft, I don't know, something about metallic things. So this is something that, the only thing that was missing is the chapel here, because I have the house ready, this part, but it's open world, and then the blacksmith. And I have all the buildings because I have already here the water mill. There's also a place for crafting, you know, and I have the bakehouse here, so you can also craft a few things. So there are all the buildings, and of course all the part with the castle. You remember that I was working on it, but I was just leaving at the moment because it's just not the one that I'm using or trying to be open in the beginning. So yeah, so that's I was just leaving the castle for the moment, but just creating a bit bigger. And for me, since everything working, I think this door has been connected to someone. Door base, I don't know. This one was just filing and just dropping there. So in some place they are just missing. Because sometimes it was like trying to uh, spawn this door in some place, but I think there is a problem with the collision. So we just spawn in there, which is the 0, 0 position for the map. So from some point we are missing a door, but I didn't find which one yet. So yeah, I'm just living there at the moment until I find where. I was working on the loads for all the things, that most of the things they don't have loads. So I was just working on them also to improve the performance. With the panoramic, which is just a cylinder all around, I was attaching to the player, so in case that you are walking or moving, this panoramic is just moving with you, so you are never arriving to the end of the world. Because just when I have the small area, that's fine because you cannot go further of this one. But if you have more space, you can arrive to the, let's say, kind of end of the world. And this is just remind me, let me show you, it's reminding me a Truman Show film, you know. The same feeling, like okay, you are arriving to the end of the world. So to avoid this one, I was just attaching this one to the player, so when you are just walking, this one is moving also, you cannot see that it's being closed or not. The only thing is you are going, for example, up to the hill, the panoramic is also going to the top and not down, but it's not so bad, because in that case you are just being sure that you cannot see the bottom part, or just being over the top part. And it's also helping a lot with, for example, the distance for the fog, because this is the maximum distance that I was just painting on my map, and nothing more than this. And also, for example, here there's not much because it's not big enough, but if I'm starting, as you see, this is the maximum that I have for the fog. And being further, then I have problems with that. Just attaching to the player, this is never ending or not being further than this one. And also it's good because, for example, this one is far right now, and this is the limit. Is I'm just starting here playing. So let's say if I start here and then this one is being attached, as you see, this one not about the oops, it's too much, but I mean, if I'm just removing the trees, you see that even just cutting a few houses, which is not a problem because it's the maximum I will be just cutting down with a cool distance for them. So I'm being sure that you are not painting more than this one. So farther than this one, I can just hide completely, and there is no problem for that. Of course, I need to check about all the hills that you can be there walking and things like that. For example, here, of course, I need to add more, but the one that you cannot are right there, so just hiding this one. But this is just checking from the map. But yeah, attaching to the player is giving me a lot of options, or really limiting a lot of things that is much easier to create, for example, with the distant fog, or I don't know, with also the lighting or the cool distance for all of them. As I know already for the ready of this cylinder, it's just really easy to have this one. So just moving, walking, you cannot appreciate because it's really moving so small, but the panoramic is just moving with you. It's really so small that it's almost impossible to notice that this is moving with you, and also at the same time, so it's moving with the camera, and it's impossible to notice this one. I see, it's just impossible to see this one. And yeah, so you have the mountains always at the same distance, and you can just move through the world map, and you don't have any problem with the panoramic. I will just try to load another small part that I have, but I'm afraid that maybe it's just even crashing, or I don't know what the problem could be. So let me save this one. I will close also this one that I have open. Just try to reduce as much as I can the RAM that my computer is using, because I'm trying to open another small level here, if I can. Forest, and then I will fix this one as always loaded. The problem that I have always is the RAM, that I cannot do most of the things really. So I was just creating here like a level on this area. It is just completely empty, but I mean plenty of grass and trees. as you can see here. So this is the end of the panoramic, as you see, but if I'm just playing here, the panoramic is just coming with me, and then it's just cutting part of the town. So I see that the town is there, or should be there. There maybe, and this is completely maybe cutting down. So just testing here, which is completely open. You see here the houses just in front. So I was just testing this one, which is just completely empty with grass and trees and things like that, and it's working perfectly fine on the performance, which is the reason that they say, okay, I can just create like open world between towns, and this is not really a big problem. So everything is working. I can work a bit with a full distance, for example, for the open areas, creating a bit bigger or longer distance for the full distance. But this is working fine. So as the performance is working with a lot of things like that, like open world with grass and everything, I was just thinking to create a big map being connected, but of course with sections. So this is the map here with a few sections, so I just loading unloading on the way that you are just living or staying on the map. It is not a problem, and not even for me, so I can just load some parts of the map and not everything. So I will remove this. Remove selected, yes. Okay, so remove already. Recalculating a few things. So this is the new idea to create a big map, and I want to finish this week. I want to finish all those things here and this small area here, maybe if I have enough time. Or for example here at the chapel, I will be more or less just copying a few things from the church, like for example windows or the doors or things like that I can just reuse, because it will be much smaller without the tower, for example. So much more simple, but I will do maybe another day, because I don't want to do right now. I have been here for almost 10 hours, I think, creating everything, and I have a problem with the chimney. I need to redo a lot of things and then moving again all the walls and things like that. So I would like to rest a bit about modeling and maybe doing just this level design. And if everything is going well, I hope that in 2 weeks or a bit less, or 10 days, I would like to start a new town with of course all the assets that I have already. So I was also creating a new furniture, and I have a few buildings, things like that. So reusing all of them to create just completely new town if everything is going well, and will be on this area, and in the end of this completely the opposite one. So there, where the house is, continue with this path, and then creating here. I will extend the map on this direction and create here something. I need also to think carefully about, as I say, for example, creating a hill, or just for example a corner for this. So you are going in this corner with a small valley, things like that, and then just go to town, and I can just unload and download, because you cannot see both of them at the same time, and just having like a small hill between them is just covering completely. So I can just download this completely area, this big area map. I can download it completely, or for example just downloading the whole town and then just keeping the trees and the hill, things like that. So you can see in the distance the trees maybe, but nothing about houses, furniture, nothing. So completely empty map, you know. This is a picture I was just taking from internet. I was just modifying a bit, changing a bit of the colors, but I would like to have something, because it's not perfect. I mean, there are a few things you can see. For example, I was just deleting a few buildings that you can find here, for example path, things like that. I would like to create mine even with different sides of the mountains, and even like different colors for being in the distance. So something like that, or I can reuse part of this one. But yeah, I would like to create something, but it's not a big problem. The thing is, it's working right now, and the cylinder is working, so I can just create a texture at any time. Mine just cutting from a few pictures and then creating something nicer, like for example with snow, I don't know, something nicer maybe, or just a figure. Because as you can see, for example here, the site is not according to the distance that it's supposed to be. So this is not so nice. That looks fine, but there are some parts, for example this one is fine, But this one, you see the rocks, for example, or the, I don't know, grass, trees, or the path, that is too big comparing with the distance that is supposed to be those mountains, as you see. So it's too much. So I need to work a bit on it. But this is just a picture that I can replace at any time. And this cylinder all around is working very well. And yeah, cutting about the fog and the cool distance and things like that. So yeah, and also I could just improve a bit, because at the moment the performance of this one is not really bad, but I can just cut down everything here with more triangles and improving a lot with the performance here. That is too much. Closer, you mean closer to the player? The thing is, you can see even closer, you can see the picture, and as you see, it is not really matching the size of the picture when what is supposed to be so far. Because this one, for example, is fine, but this one is not much. For example, this area, which is too close, and you should see comparing, for example, with the with the trees here, you see that the picture is too big for that, so I need to create a better picture. The thing is, you have if I do shorter, I mean smaller, you see closer this kind of wall, and also the mountains are bigger. I mean, if you are doing smaller, this one is being closer to you, so let's say, for example, here like 300. The mountains that are even bigger, can you see? Should be bigger, which is being far. Yeah, the thing is, as you see, this is the limit, and then you can see from the bottom, for example. So yeah, you can do even I can do a bit down, So yeah, the thing is, too big in some areas, too small here. For example, here you will have nothing covering, so you are here, as you see, you are just losing your panoramic from this point. But this one is big enough, so the picture is not the best, so you have a lot of different heights, and this is not so easy to be managing this one. But I mean, the idea using the cylinder more than really this picture. So yeah, you can adjust better this picture, create something nicer, all of them having the same size. I mean, from this one, yeah, I can just change them, but then just this is a picture, it's just being, if I'm doing, let's say, for example, 2 times less from this, you can see, but this is kind of not realistic at all. So what I'm trying to do is creating just a picture. As you see, you cannot see nothing from the distance, and it's supposed to be always on the distance, the same, at least something. So I'm just covering the sky, let's say. But the problem is, for example, this point is very high, but this one is really low. So this is not so good managing all of them if you are just walking around. So I need to create maybe different pictures, and even 2 of them. So one of them, this is just the one that you see close, and then second one with a different color or less resolution for something further, and then you see like 2 different levels of mountains and things like that. Also, for example, this cylinder, there is no shadow, and of course there is not a real mountain, it's just a picture playing, so it's not so good having a lining. So for that, I was just thinking to create like a first level of mountains with MS 3D, and then create with further one picture, which is also helping, but having like mountains in the middle that you can also walk there, so you can just paint them, and yeah, paint like terrain completely empty, but with far, and you see this terrain which is receiving lining, so this is being better with the lining during the day. I was also working a bit on the emission for this one, but even like that, anyway, you are just changing the time of the day. Of course, this is not changing at all, because the lighting or the shadows are exactly in the same place all the time. Because it's just a picture, So even just rotating the illumination for the sun, they have exactly the same illumination all the time, day and night, which is not so good. So you can appreciate this one, that the lighting is not changing during the whole day. Can you see? Which is not good. So it's, of course it's not perfect, but comparing with performance, creating real mountains there and having shadows for them with so huge things, of course the performance is really high. But just having a picture with not even shadow, because this picture is not giving me shadow, otherwise I can see that this part is giving me shadow but not this one, or things like that. So even removing the shadows from them, because it's kind of far. But this is not perfect, but this is helping. As usual on games, you know that we need to do something in the middle and then trying to reduce for performance, and from your eyes seems almost the same, even not paying. So that's why I'm trying something like that, which is working well, working for performance, more or less working fine, with small problems of course. But the performance is much better than just creating a lot of those mountains with enough detail and all the colors and things like that. So that's why I'm using something in the middle at the moment. The picture is, I say, too big here and too small in this part, for example, and also the distance from these mountains is kind of far, but this one is too close. You see the big rocks and even the grass. So this part from the picture is really closer, but this one is far. So at least I would like to have a picture where everything around have the same distance. It's more realistic. Yeah, so that's why at the moment it's fine, but it's not the final picture and this is not the end. But the panoramic all around is working very well and helping a lot with the distance that you are just planning to render and walk, and the towns and things like that. And just going with you don't have any problem arriving or just being higher, slower, or things like that. So it's working well. All those things are really helping. So we just create this small thing that you have see here for this door, because it seems to me that this is not much. And I will do adding to the blueprint directly. So how is it going with you? How is it going with the job? Maybe you have holidays already. And also about the game, I was just watching the videos, but yeah, only code I say, and I cannot see what is happening there. 16. I think that today is a strange day, not a lot of people. I think because just holidays maybe starting or things like that. Yeah, it's something strange. We would like to see some gameplay already. If this is possible, you have already code. Yeah, that's the problem. You and me, I mean, we are developing so long that you need to move from version to version a few times of time. Yeah, I think that's just holidays and the strange people is not coming here. So another static mess. Okay, frame. But I would like to move a bit to this -15 maybe. That's strange, nobody here also, so that's strange. And what is another one? So gate frame. I will delete this, which is just a static mess, and this one is coming from the door already. Should be static here, so I can just move ready the door. I was afraid that this one is just rotating and just messing with them or just overlapping. I see. Yeah, that's the problem. The thing is that you cannot be like 1 year and not having anything or most of the things there. So yeah, you need to start doing something, really something simple. Why? Are you not modeling, or you mean you don't have enough time? Because in that case, I think the easiest way is just buying things. Even your game is kind of realistic, I mean, if you are using fantasy or futuristic, maybe nobody was doing the one that you have planning, things like that. But if you are just, for example, you can buy a few things like furniture from houses or even characters, things like that. This is just like realistic, and yeah, that's the idea. I think that you can buy. They are even cheaper, faster, and you have the final products you want. If you like it or not, just for that. Yeah, exactly. I cannot afford anything, so I'm doing everything. Like for example, using this fuse for Mixamo and things like that are really bad. But yeah, there are a lot of them free. But yeah, at least I forgot about the proxies. Yeah, it's lots also fine. You can create the file or put there all together in the credits. So this is not a really big problem for that. My problem is it's almost impossible to find really accurate anything from story, because everything is fantasy, so big. Or for example, the houses, you cannot find houses that you can walk inside. The only thing is you have a completely closed just boxes. So it's almost impossible to find so many details for things like that they are so accurate for this time of story. And most of the things that you can find are Vikings, for example, which is not related to this one, you know. Yeah, medieval stuff you have a lot of them, but like low poly, or just you have, yeah, boxes and nothing more. But try to find a house that you can walk inside, not modular houses, things like that. It's just, you know, crap. There's nothing to do with this one. Like 100 draw calls for one single house, you know, because you have a lot of doors, windows, and then walls, and then roof, and then another one, small details. This is not the way to do a house, you know. For two of them or three is fine, but this is not the way to create houses. Even you can group them, but no. Everything is just a square. Everything is exactly the same, you know. Yeah. So there's nothing to find about this. Cube. Yeah, it's hard to find something you need, something specific, as I say. For example, for something realistic, you have a lot of, I don't know, player characters, a lot of things like that. That is easy to find. Really, it's not a problem finding things like that. Or for example, I don't know, furniture that you need to have at home, or I don't know, this is things like that everybody was just already creating them. Yeah, things like that. Well, my houses, of course, they have a lot of different materials. So let's see, where is this static mess inherit? Well, I have here already. I need to suit it. So I have 6 different materials for them, but this is something big and I cannot do with 3 materials. So I have like 6 different materials, and also all the decals that I'm putting over that, but they are different decals, so that's not a big problem. But if I need to create, for example, this house, you have like modular houses when you have one single stick. So you need to create one stick, one stick, one stick, all of them, and then maybe the roof with 4 parts, and then you have this small block, and then you need to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and every single stick. So in the end you have like 100 draw calls for something like that. Of course you can group them, but in the end you have also 10 materials or 20 materials, which is exactly the same, just creating one single, all of them. And for me, I think it's even faster creating on Blender than just putting all those single small things here, you know. And everything is completely square, and you cannot really adjust anything, because the walls are 1 meter, so the house is 3 meters, 4 meters, or things like that. Yeah. So in the end, it's just even faster create on Blender. You can adjust few things. At least it is something kind of original that's not completely square like any other single house in your map. All of them exactly the same, because you are using like 3 different walls and 3 different sticks, and that's all. Yeah, so that's why I prefer create something, but this is only the way when you need something specific. Otherwise, it's just which stays the frame. But I say, like for example, buying dishes, tables, or things like that, you can find a lot of them, really lot of them. UBX frame. The problem is that the Unreal Engine is creating a proxy for that. As I didn't create something specific, as I have this box, so I cannot even cross the door. So I need to create mine. That's what I'm doing at the moment. So this and then that's fine. Yeah, that's fine starting or trying to learn the engine or understand how things are working. That's fine. But if you are trying to do something serious or even bigger, there's no way for that. Create frame and then import again. Okay. I don't have the top of the proxy because you cannot jump, so makes no sense having here another proxy for no reason. You are never using this one, so I just ignore them and create the same, for example, for the houses. If you just check here for the collision, you see that the houses, they don't have anything on the top because there is no reason you are not walking there or jumping or any other thing. So that's why I'm avoiding all the houses. They don't have in the roof. This makes no sense for that. No, because in that case I have two boxes. Should I apply this one? Otherwise I have two boxes and it's giving me a warning like this is not a primitive box. There is another thing which is also working well, so it's working. Sometimes I have like a real mess for collision because it seems to me easier than just having this one. I will just create only one direction. I don't like this one. Just saying me that this is not a primitive, but this is just creating and this is working well, but I don't want to have this more complex, so I prefer to have two boxes than something complex. But sometimes it's really strange that this, for example, I think the well, I'm not sure about the well, maybe. Yeah, for example, this one, this is not kind of cylinder or anything, so I was just creating this surface. It's easier to create like 3 or 4 boxes for something like that. In the end, it's not a big difference, but of course the boxes, they have this AB cube, which is much easier to calculate, or for example using sphere, where you are just checking about the radio of this sphere. It is just colliding, so the distance between the player and the sphere is smaller than this radio, which means it's colliding. So for primitive surface, you have like a really easy or well optimized way of checking the proxy, the collision. But if you have any surface, they really need to kind of create or calculate the area for this one and then check if this is colliding really or not. So I try to avoid this one and reuse all the boxes or cylinders, but sometimes it's just really that you need to have this. For example, this one, I will just show you. I remember which one. If I can find it, where is this? Not here. Where do I have? Maybe props. This one, for example. As you see, it makes no sense to create a box because in that way you can walk over this one and you have here the corners, things like that. So for that I was just creating something like this, which is really simple and it's not exactly matching, but at least it's not giving you the option to walk in a box, just a cube. So this is something that I was creating manually, reuse for this kind of things. So yeah, that's why I'm not using the modifier. Otherwise I have like a surface with 2 boxes inside and not really 2 boxes. So yeah, there are 2 different of them. Of course I could just use mirror and apply, which is exactly the same that doing manually. I will quit this because I'm playing in the limit always. So I was creating a few things with a kind of custom proxy to avoid creating something strange or adding a lot of them for one single block maybe. So I was doing things like that. But most of the things are just boxes, of course. Especially my models are really simple. So everything just boxes. And that's all. Yeah, quite simple. Or things like that. Yeah, boxes. So we have already this door. I will maybe put some flowers. Yeah, it's just usually I use boxes most of the time because that's easy, faster, and more or less you can adjust, and the player cannot really feel like this is a box, but you are just kind of walking around and you cannot see really like all the corners for this box. You don't have this feeling because also the capsule is like around. So it's about roofs. Yeah, it's the same. Why you put the roof? I was removing the jump, so you cannot jump on my game. So what is the problem not having the top proxy? And also it's avoiding a lot of problems. For example, here, let me show you. For example, for this house, I think, let me see, this one for example, probably. Yeah, all of them, as you see, I have the proxy for the wall. Yeah, that's fine. But on the top of the doors, there is no proxy. See, there is no proxy here at all, and I was just trying to do the same with all the doors. There is no proxy on the top because I have some NPCs that are taller and other NPCs are smaller, and the player and things like that. So to avoid that, they are just blocking here just because this proxy is blocking them for no reason. You know, it's like stupid having here a proxy to avoid what? Jumping, blocking. So this is one is giving me problems blocking the NPC, so I will just removing, and that's all, because I don't really need this one, and this is avoiding a lot of problems, and you can just walk. I don't know if you are really passing the door or not, but you are passing and you are not even blocking the player. So let's say that I'm just trying this one, and maybe, well, this one is going well. As you see, it's more or less ready. Already the cooling distance you can see inside, I think. Bit. So this is already the maximum that you could be. As you see, even the cooling I can see inside of the model. Can you see? If I put there a proxy, I cannot just go inside. It is just giving me a lot of problems. Yeah, just walking, I cannot really appreciate anything like that. You know, nothing. But if I have this proxy, I cannot go there. For maybe a couple of centimeters here, I have a problem, which is really stupid. I'm just blocking things like that. So for all the doors, I'm just removing the top proxies and removing all the roof, just to avoid problems. Really, it's really stupid. I have a lot of problem with the NPCs, for example, blocking them, or for example, if you are kind of running, you have this small one here. So in that case, you are going a bit higher than just walking, you know. And this couple of centimeters is blocking you. Is running, you cannot cross the door, for example. But you are walking, it is. Or for example, yeah, the NPC, because they are calculating the path not exactly. So yeah, they can have a few problems with the top doors. So I was just removing them. That's all. Or for example, this effect when I'm just, or let's see this door also. Let me show you. Here I'm opening, but for example I'm just closing this one, which I'm completely in front, but I want to close this one. So it's working because during the time I'm rotating, I remove the collision. Otherwise, a lot of problem is just blocking, and then you have again, for example, here, this one is just opening on both sides. But I mean, you have the same problem here, trying to close this, and it's just blocking you, or you are blocking the door, and then you have a few problems like that, which is not realistic. But I mean, just avoid a lot of problems, remove the collision, put on the place, and you have again collision. That's all. That's stupid things, but then you are just keeping the collision for the door. You have a lot of problems, like blocking yourself, or for example, blocking the NPCs, or you cannot close if you are in this side of the door, which is really stupid. But you cannot detect until you are already moving, and then you need this continuous collision to find this one, and well, it's just more and more and more complicated. So yeah, so I do this one, and that's all. Yeah, exactly. Look at this. No collision and then passing, but I have the collision again, of course. So try to open this one. It's always opening, and there's not a problem with the player. This a bit not realistic, but I mean a lot of problem avoiding with this. Just open and close the door at any moment, any place where you are not a problem, or for example you are in a small room or things like that, you are not really blocking yourself on the door. So let's say for example that I'm opening this one, you know, okay, open this one, and what is happening if I'm trying to close here the door, you know? If I'm trying to close here the door, and in that case you have a collision, I will be blocking here and there's no way to move, not there, not here. And also probably the camera is like a few centimeters after the door, so my raycast is going to the wall and it's just ignoring the door because it's just in my front or just colliding with me. So in that case, I will be blocking here completely and there is no way to move, you know? I cannot click anything. So I click this one and the door is just opening, ignoring me. So what is happening if I'm just here in the middle? What is happening now? Opening, okay, and then I need to move, and then it's just working the collision. See, so I'm never blocking or limiting the player being blocked on any door in the game. And yeah, it's stupid just removing the collision, but avoiding a lot of problems. And that's not really checking about small things. You are trying to opening here just in front, you need to be at least here to open this, but in case that you are in this direction it's fine. So just to avoid those stupid things, remove the collision, fine, okay, continue walking. Or for example here you want to open this door, what's happening? This one, this is expected, or what is expected to be, you know? If I try to open this one in this direction, or do I need to open from this point? Maybe the right guy is not enough. So just to avoid this, open, nothing happened, okay, continue. For me it's really much easy. Probably there are people that say that it's awful what I'm doing, I don't know. Really remove a lot of problems and continue developing the game, not stopping with things like that. So there are a few tricks things there. Why I cannot select this? I want to select this one. No? What is happening? Okay, maybe it's broken. I don't know. Yeah, I have found all those small things in the hard way, you know. When I have a lot of problem, I'm trying to solve this one, and then creating like post collision to know where you are according to the door, and then checking another walls if you have something around, and in the end say, okay, that's really stupid. Just remove the collision. That's all. This one, for example, is big, so there is something that, well, you can see something's happening in my level because I cannot select things, and I don't think this is real time. And also I'm just saving here, as you see, saving all the level, and the level is not saving at all. So probably I need to restart the editor or things like that. Something is broken. Let's save again and see what is happening. Okay. I cannot select any object. What is happening now here? This is just playing stopping. What is happening here? and I cannot select here. So what exactly is happening with my... The editor is thinking that I'm still playing, or what the problem is. And again, all the levels have been changed, so I need to save again. I think I will restart the editor, but the problem is it takes like 20 minutes with my computer, and I don't want to do that. No way to select anything for some reason, since like of course, always a pleasure meeting with you. I'm doing now morning and evening, so this is easier for you, maybe, you know. So during this time, like 1 hour and a half before, and I will be again for 30 minutes. So more or less this is the time that I'm doing during the afternoon, evening. So maybe it's matching with your time much better. So yeah, have a nice holidays if I'm not talking with you again, and I hope to see you here, of course. Or if you are just streaming, I will be there for sure, of course. So thank you everyone for coming. Have a nice time. Thank you. I will restart the editor if something's broken. Merry Christmas for you and New Year. I hope that we are talking before New Year. But anyway, if not, have a nice year. Are you planning to go home, or maybe just stay there on stage there? Yeah. I will create the lot for this one. Something faster. Okay, are you also leaving? Okay, see you later also. Copy this. And then this new text editor. New. Paste. And I will create this slot 0. So I will run this script. Then change to UB. In fact, I could even reduce the load for this load 0, because it seems to me that I have too much detail for just stick. I'm not sure. Yeah, it seems to me that this is a lot. This is a lot also. So I could just cut this one, like half of them, and should be more or less the same detail, because it's just one stick. There is not a model for the character or things like that. So I will just delete all of them, these all edges, and I think they have exactly the same resolution for that, and we can reduce a lot of triangles that are not really needed at all. It's just starting, yes. So this. Yeah, there are a lot of them, but just easy to remove. These all edges, exactly the same here. So this one, this one. Okay. Should be exactly the same, but just in case, I will redo. Oops. Yeah, I was just deleting. Okay, fine. Yeah, exactly. Because now I need to remove maybe one more. So for example this one, and for example this one also, and this. Yeah, silly me. And also on the button I need to be the same size, so this the same size. Do I have this start display? Okay, how now? And I was doing which side? Button, okay. And then this one button here. I'm wrapping, and now it's fine. Rotate this. So let's say this is our lot 0. What I'm doing is just duplicate this. Create kind of lot 1. And I will do exactly the same, reduce even more all the loops that I have for something square. This is square, but as we have this well, in that case 60 probably is not enough, so we have 90. Yeah, we have this smooth, so it looks like rounded, because I don't want to cut them. In that case I'm just really changing the silhouette for this one. You can see just the stick, you can see really easy, so it's much better to create like a box here than really removing them. But when I'm going even faster, so the next load will be removing the loops here. So this is the one like this, and then this one, that's all. Okay, so these all edges like that. And the final one, the last one that I'm creating, which is lot 2, this one will be, yes, the one removing the loops here. So just take loops, and take this loop, and then dissolve also edges, and this is just one stick for lot 2. Just to be sure, I will delete the group, and I will do the same with this group, and then this, and then reassigning. Lot group, lot group. Exit here, and where is mine? This one. I will open it because I need to define the distance for each lot. So the first one have 400, or maybe general light map. Reloading, it is 16 also here, is too much. And for some reason, did I export? Probably not. Okay, and then re-import, and usually we have the same problem. So this is 36, this is 108, and this is 200. So we have been reducing like 2 times more. What we need to do is also auto compute distance. And what we need to do is the distance for that will be, I don't know, let me see. Yeah, this is already jumping, so I would like to keep maybe a bit more distance. Of course the last one not really farther, so let's say for example this 0.5 and this one will be 25 and see who's been. Also for this one will be even smaller, and this one will be also small because it's just 2 sticks, so it's really nothing. And being far is just jumping the top, so I could even create like 0.2. Even less. So should be here working. Oops, yeah. And I think that the resolution for that when you are just closer is more than enough. So yeah. Yes. Let's check on my slot to see where this one is changing. Well, I need to hide this. I think I don't have on the doors already, or do I have? I have already. Okay. So there is just jumping a bit before, but more or less just matching with the terrain. So this is kind of good reference for that. And this also jumping to green here. Yeah. Save. And I will close a few things. Close here and here. Okay, as I say, I'm just adding a few flowers. I was just talking with this friend. I think I will put this one, not sure. Hola Miguel. Aquí estamos pintando. Color level. I don't remember this one. No, not this one. This one. Yes, that's the one that I was just trying to paint. And what is the density is 10. That's right. I think I will move to single instant to create some of them here, otherwise it's hard to really create something on so small space. So just a bit of them. I don't know. And I will create something different also. For all of them I will do also the single instance. So maybe one of the pictures. Oh, I forgot about this when I was just painting. Oh, that's my fault. I will do it right now. Okay, so this is not single instant and 24. Just the debris that I'm using with the grass all the time. It's also introducing some variation, but the thing is I forgot about them when I was just painting the grass. Okay, I will do it right now. So I'm repainting what I did already. Okay. What I'm painting is those debris that you can see here. This small one, where they have 4 different models, so it's just painting randomly some of them, but adding debris also in the grass. That's bad that I forgot before to paint them. Yeah, okay. This is not so bad, but really it's nicer grass if I'm adding all those small details here. As you can see here, a few variations. Yeah, and that's all. And let's continue with flowers. I will paint maybe this, and also single instant. And I will paint, this is another area, and I will paint with a different color. So for example, I can paint here the yellow one, which is this, I think. Yes, but this one you can see a lot, so I will not paint much. Like this, that's all. And then we have another area with more grass here. Here, what is this? This area, for example. I can then just create, for example, another color. Which one would I have? This. I could create here, for example, this, and then not single instant, but a bunch of them. Yeah, maybe also this and this one. So something like that, a few flowers around, and I will paint manually also the poppies, because you can see a lot of them. In the red one you can find, I see really far, and that for that reason I'm just creating, but in that case also I'm creating manually, otherwise you can see a lot of them, and I just putting all of them together. And maybe like that. Usually they are just close to the path, so maybe here, and I don't know, a few of them maybe outside. And something inside, why not? Okay, I think it's enough. Oops. And now we can walk around to see what's going. One thing that I want to know is just changing this blueprint, so the gate is only opening on one direction, not both of them, because I don't like this effect. It's just matching with the river. So for that, it's just right is going default, and open forward always is not, and the one that's the way same. and then play. Should be opening only on this direction. Well, we need to yeah, but this one is the opposite. Okay. So this is always working on this, and then open that, and then open this. That's fine. The only thing is this one need to be inverted. So this is inverted. No, sorry. What I need to do is minus 120. So compile. Play game. And I will delete this grass in the middle. Not well done here. Okay, so this one is open this direction, and then and now when you are closing this, you should try to open again there. That's fine. This is the only one that is missing, is this grass. So go to this modes, grass, select manually, select this, and delete. And maybe this one, but in that case it's not missing. I will delete also to have something cleaning. Okay, I will just walk around to see how it's going with the flowers. This is hard painting the flowers. You are a bit far. Then the cool distance is also in the flowers you are painting, and yeah, I don't know exactly how it's going. So first we can just walk outside, or maybe in that case what we need to do is just watch from the side. Well, from this side I think it's fine anyway. Yeah, not much details for that. Yeah, that's fine. I want to walk inside already. So play here. We have the door here. If we are opening, yeah, it's not matching with flowers. It's fine. Yeah, that's the one that I was just painting now. When I have the building here, I will just improve this one. I don't want to spend time on it. Could be better doing when I have already the model. That's fine. We can change also the time of the day to see how it's going. For example, with afternoon or things like that. Looks also okay. Yeah, this empty area, then just jump in there, continue here. Well, I need to add here a few props, definitely, because something like that is completely empty. For example, that. I was thinking that maybe here the grass is That's fine, but maybe it's too high. I would like to maybe create something smaller, just for the grass on this part. Because something you have been walking usually, and yeah, there is no reason to have so high grass, so tall. So that's why maybe deleting them and creating something smaller for that. I will create something smaller, so here changing the size of this 0.5, and then painting, no, not single instant, to see how it's going. Oops. For some reason this one have been selected. Yeah, maybe small grass, but I could even delete them. So this is small grass, definitely, but I could even delete the debris that I have here. So kind of selecting, no, this one is not selected. So maybe the loop for only debris. Okay, and then soup, in case that I have here. So the grass here will be smaller for this small area. It is more realistic if you are just walking around all the time. And the last one that I'm deleting is this and this also. And I will just put back the size, otherwise I forgot about this, and then later I will have too small. Привет, братан. Все хорошо, спасибо. А как тебе? Отпуск уже. Скоро Новый год. Нарисую сейчас все это, несколько места новых, которые делаю. Трава делаю, все тоже маленькие. Как вас зовут, не помню, Андрей? Нет, не Андрей, или какой билд, я не помню. Ay. Attack. Ruso. Porque él me ha escrito en ruso, yo lo que me escribe la gente lo respondo en su idioma. Si tú ahora me escribes en español, pues te escribo en español. Si hubieses escrito en inglés, pues sigo la conversación en inglés, como prefieras. А вот Андрей, вот помню, да, правильно. А я подумал, что отпуск сейчас 21, уже закончить в школе и так далее, я не знаю это. Вот. И, но католический, да, в Европе есть, но просто, конечно, я делаю все как это Россия, поэтому мне все начинает Новый год, и потом, ты знаешь, что Рождество и Старый Новый год 13, ну и так далее. Поэтому я делаю как Россия, не как это Европа. В Европе, да, 24 и еще есть 25, это Рождество. А потом Новый год еще закончит. А мы делаем по-другому. Начинаем 31 и ну и дальше. Так и делаем. Sí, porque Miguel, porque hay gente que no habla inglés. Entonces, bueno, si pueden o yo les puedo ayudar. Ну, я знаю, это не праздник, но я просто говорю, что я начинаю это 31, это на Новый год, как обычно все люди на Новый год, да? И потом 6, думаю, это Рождество, и потом 13, да. Вот так. А что так говорили в камеру? Я не знаю, что они говорили. Французский, что ли? Не знаю. No, solo sé 3, pero bueno, algunas más cosas sí entiendo. Portugués también entiendo. Polaco también puedo entender algunas cosas porque también estuve estudiando. Pero, y luego palabras sueltas, palabras de alemán, conozco palabras por ejemplo de letón, porque también viví en Letonia. Palabras de lituano también conozco, pero solo palabras. Hablar, puedo hablar normal, español, inglés y ruso. Por eso en el streaming, si no se ha borrado, tiene que poner en SRU, para empezar, como que esos 3 idiomas se pueden hablar. Я прямо сейчас я не в стране сижу, поэтому у меня не так далеко из России, и у меня погода все как, ну, как в России, что у нас 0 и дождь. И похоже, что на Новый год будет еще дождь. Я смотрю, например, по Москве, следующая неделя будет плюс 8, думаю. Тоже в Петербурге тоже плюс 2 и так далее. Поэтому похоже, что это год у нас будет Новый год и дождь. А в Испании, ну не знаю, я там не сижу сейчас. Точно не знаю как. Что я хотел. Камень хочу. Igual que tú, Miguel, por ejemplo, si no entiendes cuando hablo en inglés, pues puedes preguntar y te ayudo. Ahora lo digo en español, no tengo problema. Small rock. Small rock. Single instance. Attack. Точно? Я так и смотрел, потому что я смотрю каждый день это новости обычно. И мне кажется, что там тоже есть дождь. Я не знаю, сколько снег уже. Когда? Вчера? Или что, как? Я не знаю. Я не знаю, как это будет. Но тоже не первый год, что есть дождь и снег. Это не проблема. Ты плохой. Во. Ну да, ну как. Иногда есть сколько? Минус 15, прямо сейчас 3. Это ничего. No, sí. Por eso no te preocupes, pero quiero decir, yo cada uno responde lo que me ha preguntado, pero claro, luego no lo traduzco a los 3 idiomas por si alguien sigue la conversación. Es decir, por ejemplo, lo que él me ha escrito, yo entiendo, supongo, que tú no lo puedes leer, con lo cual no tiene interés que yo te diga lo que ha preguntado, lo que le responde, lo que pregunte y lo que le respondo. Entonces, como te digo, el que me pregunta en español, le respondo en español. El que me pregunta en ruso, le respondo en ruso a lo suyo, pero no traduzco a los 3 idiomas todo el streaming, lógicamente. O sea que... Я не думаю, что меняться, потому что это каждый год так сказали. И 5 лет назад тоже такое. Все поменяться, никогда не было так холодно, никогда не было так жарко, все так далее. Это каждый год. И все одинаково. Иногда есть это плюс 8, иногда есть минус 10. И все. Ну как. Следующий год может быть будет много снег. Понимаешь, что как? Никто это не знает. Так. Por eso, Miguel, no interrumpe. Es decir, yo lo que tú me preguntes te respondo a ti, lo que pregunte él le respondo a él. No respondo a los dos todos ni traduzco a los dos todo. Entonces, claro, no podría aquí hacer el streaming. Думаю, испанский это трудно, реально. Не так легко учить. Я, конечно, знаю, потому что это мой язык и не проблема, но не так. Ну вот, например, да, 50 лет назад был холоднее, а сами холоднее был типа 100 лет назад. А потом уже все побольше, а потом уже поменьше. Ну и каждый раз разный. Но точно, конечно, есть больше, чем раньше, но никак. Ну, да, так было, я тоже помню, что был, но может быть через год будет холодно. Я тоже помню, что один раз был тоже в России зима, и там был минус 20, все январь. Минус 20, минус 22. А через год я там был и был плюс. Понимаете, как, ну, каждый год по-разному. Это как непонятно. I will put here a few props, so I'm not just putting anything. That should be maybe here. Ну, я, конечно, не все про историю знаю, но про Россию знаю. И тоже в Европе тоже был, и у нас типа это Вторая мировая война, тоже ведь мир, поэтому мы знаем. Но во время, что у нас была эта гражданская война, Испания не был. Но да, конечно, знаю. Читал немножко, конечно, да. Всю историю, конечно, не знаю, и всю страну тоже не знаю, просто. Так, это слишком много. Так. Может быть так. Упс. Нет, не играю ничего, потому что у меня ноутбук очень медленно работает, я ничего не могу играть. Очень слишком медленно все. А тоже эта игра, которую делаю, очень много работы и более-менее все это делаю все время. А игра нету. Ну, типа, нету чем время, потому что сначала ничего не работает, очень плохо. Только играю в шахматы, которые я тоже сделал. Если хочешь там смотреть, скачать, но типа это демо. На мой сайте есть тоже это шахматы, которые я сделал сначала. И можно там, не знаю, скачать и смотреть, что я сделал. Это мне все. Думаю, это уже пока, может быть, это все. Или... Упс, не. Вот так. О! Hosting. Roberto, ¿no? Robert, muchas gracias, por el hosting. Para la gente que venga nueva, si tiene alguna pregunta y quiere ver, si es la primera vez que está aquí en el proyecto, que me lo comenten. Ay. Ay. Autosave. Choca ya reclama ya casal. Ay. Un momento, ahora mismo enseño a la gente nueva si quiere ver algo del proyecto. Si tenéis cualquier pregunta, hacedmelo saber. Ah, muy bien, perfecto, muchas gracias. No sé si ha venido alguien o no, porque nadie comenta nada ni no sé si ha llegado la gente aquí, pero perfecto. Muy bien. ¿Te vas ya de vacaciones o no? ¿Vas a conectar mañana o no? Mañana es el especial o algo de eso, me habéis dicho. Van nieto. Потому что это более-менее по идее, это может быть солдат, это не Россия, поэтому как не было, не так холодно. Видишь, какая весна? Не холодно вообще. Туалет есть, и можно так и сидеть. Вот сидит, как я сижу. Про Чернобыль знаю, конечно. Ну вот, да. Возможно, я тебе сказали, что можно там и сидеть. Так. Давай еще. Вот так и сидит. Но уже ночью. Видишь как? Про Чернобыль. Что сказать сейчас про Чернобыль? Я сейчас делаю игра. Про игры хочется говорить или что такое? Как это сейчас говорить про война, про Чернобыль или как? Никак. Props. For Where do I have this? Environment. Mess environment. I cannot find this one. I was creating this week one for let's try here for the messes. So feed, grass feed, this one, building farms. Okay, so ну, я знаю, что Украина, я тоже недалеко Украина. Конечно, знаю. Oops. Why? That's strange. Building farm grass. Buildings farm grass feed. And then proxy. I don't know why, for some reason, but not this one. One need to be 0. Очень трудно build, да, но уже может быть 7-8 лет. Это учил. Это... I think 0. Ай. Так. Rotation scale. For some reason my proxy was not really aligned to the terrain, so when I'm just trying to add this one, I had the problem with not matching the terrain. So I don't know why I was just creating this one, not really matching with this. I need to re-import. Oh, in that case too much. That's really stupid. Английский знаю тоже. Учил уже давно. Но в школе не учил. В Англии тоже работал. Something strange here. Really, what the brain is. I think it's fine. So save this. Exit. We don't need this. Maybe just align to this. Another side. Oops. Maybe we can add here another one on this side. У меня нет работы. Нет, футбол не смотрю. Слишком много вопросов. Если тебе скучно, тебе надо друзья, есть много места. А не это, хорошо? Я делаю игра. And I will add also a few, for example this one. This is big, too big. And I will do this one smaller. Oops. Devblog. And then move there. Я скажу, что я делаю игра. Если у вас вопрос про игра или про game development, это хорошо. А просто все вопросы, как это я, понимаете, это вообще не интересно. Ни какое-то имя, ни сколько лет, ни где я живу, ни как делаю, если у меня диет или нет. Это все вообще не интересно. Вообще. А если хочешь узнать про Испанию, ну вот и читай, смотри кино и так далее. Но просто такая информация реально не интересна. И просто мешает, что я и стараюсь, работаю, понимаешь? Это вопросы каждые 5 минут придет человек, как мне скучно, у тебя друзья, как тебя зовут, и понимаешь, как я стараюсь работать. Если люди приедут, здесь вопросы, я могу сказать, что я делаю, как делаю и так далее. А все это вопрос как друзья, реально никак. Поэтому я скажу честно, хорошо и спокойно. Можете сидеть сколько угодно. Что это вопрос уже реально без интереса какой. Как ты думаешь про политику, как это Чернобыль, как история, как... Вообще не интересно. Вообще не интересно. Просто так. Так. Thank you, Everstream. Welcome. Trying to do something nicer, so level design is not my strongest part, but yeah, try to do something nicer. Not so easy really, at least for me. So just try to add a few, I don't know, props all around. That maybe, I don't know. Well, I'm not completely sure about this. I have also this one, small one, and also this small one. Я просто так скажу и объясню, что это так бывает, и поэтому сегодня сделаю, что это минимум 18 лет. Я знаю, что у тебя нет, ну хорошо, но я сделал типа 18 лет минимум, что уже чуть-чуть устали, что приедут люди 13 лет и все это спросили каждые 5 минут. Реально вообще интересно, что я стараюсь делать игры. И тоже мешаю, иногда есть люди, которые сделали это нормально настоящий вопрос, и я все время это ответ это люди, которые реально мешают просто. Поэтому вот так сказали, что если приедут здесь люди, которые не друзья, ну вот так и будет. У меня друзья хватит, и семья, и все так далее. Поэтому я не в интернете, потому что хочу сделать друзья. Я делаю игра, так и делаю, и кто хочет, может смотреть, как я делаю игра. Вот так. Вот так. Там тоже есть информация, надо читать, конечно. Фотографий есть много. Все так. I was just thinking to put something, I don't know, taller, not just everything on the floor, something bigger. But right now I don't have any idea about anything bigger. Well, I have this one, but yeah, it's not really a lot. So maybe just rotating to be like that. And then I need to move a bit from rearwards here, maybe like that. It's not possible to walk on this way because it's just too steep for the player. But anyway, you have this one as small detail here. I'm just planning to do, and maybe you can add here, for example, sticks that I have them on environment, messes, environment, down with sticks. This one. Really not much, but anyway, I'm just creating something and then trying to improve later, removing things, adding things. At the moment it's also missing here the building that I would like to have already, but I don't have. And I don't want to start doing that. I was just modeling for 3 days this one, I will be tired of modeling. So I will just rest a bit modeling, and I'm doing this level design, adding props here. Just resting about this. Хорошо, тебе тоже. Давай, хорошего дня. Просто так спокойно, так и невозможно. Так по интернету реально все люди. Извини, но просто реально я устал, что это слишком часто. Иногда хорошо, но просто каждый день уже хватит. Так. Maybe here. Ah, hola Miguel, de vuelta. Pues estoy poniendo simplemente props alrededor del mapa. Aquí he añadido algunas cuantas cosas, bueno, para hacer un poco así algo interesante. Por poner algo, añadir las flores, las piedras, todas las piedras estas aquí alrededor, las flores ya. Y estaba aquí rellenando un poco eso. Pues poniendo aquí algunas cosillas de rellenar, ¿no? Tampoco esté tan vacío el mapa. Pero bueno, no soy muy bueno con el level design, así que ya está. Estoy haciendo algo por lo menos que no esté completamente vacío todo. Pero no muy allá. Y estaba pensando poner aquí un carro. Voy a hacer una cosa, voy a cambiar este de aquí, que este está chulo. Lo voy a poner aquí. Workstation. Esto lo voy a poner, por ejemplo, aquí. Lo voy a rotar. Me da la impresión de que lo que es el centro está muy vacío de cosas. Hay demasiado... o sea, todo el patio este está como demasiado vacío. Tú vienes desde aquí, se ve demasiado todo vacío, y por eso estaba intentando, no sé, rellenar con algo. Y aquí voy a poner otro que hay más pequeño. Voy a poner este. Por ejemplo así y... o mejor aquí. Y aquí voy a poner, por ejemplo, esta. Pero voy a cambiar esto al 4. También hay que comprobar que los proxies permitan caminar por todo esto, que me parece que no se puede. Creo que no. Aquí no se puede. Aquí sí. Por aquí también. Aquí no, claro. Por aquí no se puede. Esto sí. Así que arrimarlo un poco a la pared. Entonces el que no se puede es aquí. Lo voy a echar hacia adelante. Debería darme mi juego para que pueda pasar. Y este de aquí lo voy a pegar un poco a la pared. El suelo también hay que hacerlo y cambiarlo, pero bueno, porque eso es del modelo en sí. Es del modelo. Y este tronco está... no, está en la tierra, ¿no? Y este está mal, ¿no? Creo. Sí, este está mal. Y ahora... aquí. Y este... hacia arriba. Un poco. Y aquí... voy a poner, si tengo sitio, aquí voy a poner una Blueprints Interactive Chest. Y aquí vamos a poner, por ejemplo, semillas. Set onion y set wet 2. Let's sacrifice this. Okay. No sé si toca o no. Por aquí se puede pasar, sí. Vamos a caminar aquí. Full screen. ¿Este banco está torcido? No. Aparte que está muy vacío, aquí un poco la entrada está un poco vacía. Creo que también falta el edificio del fondo, que rellenaría el espacio, porque si no se ve demasiado un mapa limpio. Y por aquí también hay que poner algunas vallas o algo en el campo. Se ve demasiado un mapa vacío, claro. Oops. Forgot about this wall. Looks fine. Faltan las ventanas todavía, que no las he puesto. Y este muro hay que borrarle. Lento el... Hmm. Aquí voy a poner eso. No. No. Props y quiero poner ropa, pero quizás hay que buscar el sitio. Aquí. I want to find the place to put the clothes there, but I cannot find this place. I can just, of course, I can just delete all the stones and some grass here, and in that case, this one could be like good place to have the clothes there, or not from this side. And here you don't have enough space, it's really small part. So this is the one that could be the right place. But I would like to see also how it looks from when you are coming to this place. How those clothes are really, for example, hiding here the house, which is nice house. Yeah, this is not the one that I was exploring. I mean, the place looks fine, but not this. What I can do is also using the one being empty. If I can find it, let's props. Do I have this one here? Hanging clothes empty. I could use this. It is like having the right place for the clothes, but it's not hiding the house in case that you are just coming from the town. So this is much better. So having just only this one, like space for the clothes. Well, in that case, maybe those stones are too much, so I will just delete them. A couple of them. Needs to be small rock. So I will delete this one and this one. This of course makes no sense just being in front and with this one also. So this is something nice to have here, but it's not of course hiding anything because you don't have the clothes there. So it should looks fine from this point. Yes. So it's not really hiding or covering the house, but at the same time, if you are coming here, you see that you have a few things. Also blocks here are not completely empty area, which is good. And I was just also thinking to put, I don't know, a few things here or around, but I don't know exactly what to add here. So I was just checking on I think for the moment it's fine. Probably just in the future I will be adding more things, and when I have the building maybe I will be redoing not only the grass but maybe also the cards. I was thinking also to add like a trail, a path on the terrain that I have, for example, from the town, but yeah, creating something like on this way and then round, or just paying directly to these points, something like that. Not sure. Mm, like this one, so just create a new one like this, which is just going forward to this one, just in front, and then crossing the door, being inside. Well, I can do that, something small. So for that, what I need is, if I remember correct, interactive environment, trail BP, I think. Yes, and then I need to rotate to be just in front, and I don't know, maybe to this point. And I think it's creating a duplicate spline point, and I don't remember how this one should be. Okay, this is the first point, or no, this is the second one. Okay, so this is the first one, which will be more or less aligning to this, and then I will just rotate this to be pointing to the path. Yes, and I have collision for that, so what I'm doing is just being sure that I'm being over the terrain for sure, because this one is just matching, as you see, it's always matching. And I will move this one close to this area, so it's always matching with the terrain, even if you are not yeah, so like curve or things like that. So that's why I'm doing not much points, or I don't need to have a lot of them. But in that case, it's not forward, straightforward. Yeah, it is. Duplicate this point. And something like that. So for example here the terrain is a bit down, but using this one is just fine. And then this another point. What is the point here? Okay. If you are doing longer, you have less definition on the material that I'm using. So that's why I'm trying to adjust them to be maybe the same distance between them. And I think I need to add only one single more, because we have the no, this we have the bridge here, so there is no way to be farther. Okay, and then we'll try to adjust a bit to the trail, and I think more or less that's all. So yeah, this one is just adjusting to the terrain, Well, this one we can move a bit to the left, I think. So this point, something like that. I'll just go in this. Yeah, this is one of the problems I have with the terrain. It's just loading or unloading the next load. It's just redoing. You can see here, for example, how the terrain is being completely changing when the player is just coming. And I'm using the default distance for the terrain, but for example here it's so big the curve that it's just almost impossible to have this. But that's fine. Let's play around to see how it's going. This trail, I see this is the terrain just coming. I think I need to be sculpting this small terrain. I'm doing usually for the trail is just using like a decal on the terrain. That's fine. So this is one point that I need to be doing completely plain for the terrain. Sculpting. Not being sculpt, and then smooth. Is it enough? No, I don't think so. So I think that we need to use this flatten to this point. Okay, this. Or maybe 0. Just to be sure that the whole thing has exactly the same. This is not a big problem for the trail because it's adjusting with this raycast to the terrain, but the terrain needs to be plain for that, or otherwise, as we have seen here, this is the problem with the loads. So that's when I'm trying to adjust a bit, at least the terrain between them, all this part. Yes. So now if we are just moving, the terrain is not growing here, so the trail is working better. Yeah, this cut because I need to bake this, and for example here, as you see, it's just a bit cut. I can use there like a decal on the terrain, and that's fine. And I was also planning to use here a decal because I was thinking to add those things. Oops. This one. So for that to be not so clean, I need to use decal to put all around, something like that. But in that case, maybe it's too big. Yeah, this one is too big, but I think I have smaller ones. This is also bigger. This is smaller. Oops. So I can use this one, rotate. I can do something like that. Also the terrain is just not being flat here. And over that what I'm doing is just using a decal, and will be also matching this one, which is not a bad idea. So let me try to find where do I have decal. I have here decal. So I can just duplicate this, Control W, and then this is already duplicated. Yes, it is. Okay. Could I just move this one faster from this point? Maybe. Yes, this is already the bridge. Just to follow this one. And of course we need to adjust this now. So F. We need to adjust probably the size of this. Well, it's not bad already. Maybe too much. I mean, it's too deep already. But I can also change the decal. Something simple. This this round. So I can use, for example, this one, which is also covering, but in that case it's not covering much the trail. That is the main thing that I was just trying to do, and I could just try to adjust the things here and move the ground. Just trying to find something that works well with this terrain and the trail. For example, this one is fine. It's working perfectly fine. I will rotate because I can maybe even use bigger. Is being aligned for some reason. Yeah, this one is being aligned. And this one is not covering enough for that, or it is. Yeah, it is. Could be like that. Just try to align the end of the trail of the path with some of the decals that is just being dirty. What I can do also is maybe moving this one a bit, so it's just matching the end of the trail here. As you see, only sounds impossible to see where the trail is finishing. And I think I will change this to the clearer one, or I'm not sure if this one is even worse. No, that's fine. Maybe the decal, we can try something darker, like this. Looks okay. Also will be a bit darker when I'm just baking the light for this one, which is static, and also the lines that I have been creating when I was just sculpting a bit, but everything will be just cleaning up. So looks a bit more interesting with some decal here and this dirt. This one's also fine. That looks nicer. And I was thinking to rotate this maybe. I don't know. I need to work a bit more on this model, just in Blender, adding a few more details and maybe something broken here, because the wall is too simple, really simple at the moment. So I need to be something more interesting, like creating more sticks or just a few loops to not be completely square. Or for example, here, instead of using a roof, which is just a plane, even having inside a few sticks, which is not much visible, but I could just try to have kind of this, like a few sticks like that, so planks, and create more interesting roof, just small one instead of this one, which is fine for a big one, but so small it's better to have just one square. So yeah, I should work a bit on the wall, just in Blender, to improve a few things. That's fine. So sometimes it's just working in the model and then just leaving and then coming back later with more details, and like second iteration or third iteration, not to be so detailed for the first time, and then try to advance a bit. For example, like creating 3D model for a few days and then moving to level design and then maybe code or blueprints, things like that. Not doing exactly the same all the time, which is boring. And also watching on the streaming for 3 days almost exactly the same is also boring. So yeah, if I play here, yeah, of course I need to work on the mountains, but the trail, it's fine. With the decal you cannot see where this one is just finishing. It is exactly matching with this. Boo. Still being a bit clean up here, but yeah, when I have the building maybe I can put just another tree here all around, or just creating kind of a trail path, and I think will be a bit nicer. At least on the manor area you should have a bit of space, not comparing with the town that they don't have much space, but here is supposed to be a bit more room for everything. So I think this is enough for today. I've been over 3 hours already streaming, doing this level design. So more or less this area is almost done. Not a lot of things to add here. I'll just change time of the day. Well, the building here, the chapel, but the houses are fine. Of course I need to create the windows and probably things and then put all the furniture inside, which yeah, could be also interesting to do. During the stream maybe I will do tomorrow this one, or I will be modeling a few things. I don't know exactly what to do with this, or even creating some gameplay on this area, like putting a couple of NPCs that are just walking, working here, being home, things like that. Could be also interesting. And of course inside I need to put also more props on the inside of this house. But at the moment I was just trying to create like a basic area all around. So yeah, you can already walk from this point. Yeah, I like it. Simple, but that's fine. It's fine. So I will leave the streaming here. You have all the links there if you want to check the website or Twitter with more pictures about the game. You have also the YouTube channel where I'm uploading later all the streamings. If you are missing some of the latest streaming, just check Twitch here with the latest videos. So the last broadcast, and you can find the very last one. And I have also Discord if you want to talk later when I'm not online, or Patreon if you want to support and can support the projects. I will be streaming tomorrow at the same time, and I will do all the holidays. I think I will be doing morning and afternoon every single day. So I will be tomorrow around let me see the time, around 14 hours. Yeah, so this is night for me, will be in the morning. And yeah, I will be streaming for 2 hours already. So thank you everyone for coming. If you don't have any question or want to see any other thing, I will leave here. Hope you have a nice evening, afternoon, morning that you have. Oh, but so yeah, I'm doing alone. I'm doing completely alone. So everything that you see in the map, I did. I mean, vegetation, the grass, flowers, all the models that you see with all the small things like buildings or props, everything here. So everything that you see in the map, all the, for example here, the market, the charts, houses, so everything I was doing, most of the time I was doing already on Blender and also in streamings. So you can check for some of them if you are interested. I was also doing the texturing lining, all the shaders that I was doing, for example, for also the river or the grass, yeah, or everything that you see I was just doing. And you can check most of the videos that they have on YouTube. I have almost everything. I mean, I have a few videos modeling, a few videos, for example, doing shaders or flowers and things like that. So you can just check for a few things that are there if you are more interested. I don't know, for example, I remember a few things. For example, this card I was doing on one stream or a couple of them. I don't know how long it takes with all the lots and everything. For example, this house I've been doing for 3 days already. This one also I was creating this week. This one I was creating from a cube in Blender that I remember from the last week. For example, this card I was also doing during streamings. A few flowers I was also doing from the texture to the model, and then the shader, and then the foliage and everything. You can see a few times I did already flowers, so there are a few videos doing exactly the same. This one I did also this week. This one I was doing today, for example. This one I think I was doing also. So most of the thing I was doing during streamings, and of course all the level design with all the parts and just painting, grass, flowers, things like that. So if you are more interested in some of the things, not everything, I think probably you can find some of the videos where I was just doing that. But if not, or it is just too long, or you cannot find the videos, you can come here, ask me about anything. I was doing also all the blueprints and the C++ code. So yeah, everything that you want to know about or you find, it's just that I was doing. So I hope that I can just help you with any other question. So yeah, or if you want to see something right now, that's fine. Or you can come next in streaming at any time, it's fine. I'm happy to people asking and just trying to help any day, any streaming. So you can even see in some of the streaming people was asking, I was just explaining everything that I can with pleasure. So it's not a problem. Yeah. So that's why you cannot find any of the models in any market or any other project, which is really not so good models because I'm just mainly a coder. But at least the models are original and being adjusted to them to the game. This time this is the 13th century in, let's say, Europe, France, England or Scotland. So all the models are coming from reference. For example, the charts, I was doing the chart completely on streaming also, even with the blueprints with the code for the bell. I was modeling the bell also and improving later. And as every single building in the game, you can go inside and you can see everything. You can walk, for example, here to the tower, so you have all the stairs for the tower. So you can just go there. So every single building that you see, you can go inside and you can even walk inside. So for example, this one with 2 floors also. This one is empty, but I'm planning to put furniture there. For example, this one you have, so you can go inside. Or for example, here the bakehouse, the toilet, of course, the bakehouse, you can go also inside with all the things for crafting here. Or for example, the watermill, you can also go there. You can see the place for crafting and all the structure, how it's working. So yeah, all the buildings you can go inside and walk inside, open and close door, windows and things like that. And this is exactly the same that I was doing with this house or this one, for example, here. So you can go inside, or this building, this one also, or the house, this one that is having a few rooms and also the steps for the second floor, and also doors, rooms, windows and things like that. So yeah, you can enter on any of the buildings that you see in the game, towers and everything like that. And I was modeling most of them on Blender also, so yeah. And I'm doing alone. So everything that you see here I have been doing for almost a year already, so yeah, it takes a lot of time. And I was also learning the engine at the same time, but yeah, I enjoying that. So this is really something that I'm enjoying. And you see a lot of pictures. For example, some of the pictures are a bit old on Twitter, so you can see that this was completely empty. But then I was just creating more things, more props, for example like tables with clothes and things like that. So trying to do a bit better and improving on the process. Like for example, I was saying that this well was more or less fine, but now I see that it's quite simple and I would like to improve a bit this model. And I was improving a few things that I have found that was more or less fine, but decided later to change to something better or have for example more loops to have more variations. You can see for example the houses here are too square, but this one is a bit better already because I was adding more geometry to have some variations, like the sticks are not straightforward, so they looks better, not being completely square for that. And I was improving for example the thatcher roof that in the past I didn't have also. So yeah, from time to time trying to add a few things or improving that thing that I have already, or also working on performance, like for example for the grass or things like that. So yeah, working on it. Sorry. So if you have any question, want to see something from any part of the map that I have or something that I have found on streaming, just let me know. Otherwise you can cover anytime, as I'm streaming every day, 2 times a day. Or I will just leave here because I have been for 3 hours. I will be resting a bit and will come tomorrow again. So if you have any question or want to see something, otherwise I'm leaving here. So thank you everyone for coming. Hope you enjoy, liking the project, and coming next time again. So I will be happy to see all of you here in the streaming again. Have a nice day, weekend, or just morning, afternoon, evening, where you are. And thank you for coming. Bye everyone. Bye bye.